night, Jungkook stares at this photo, and it's not just a photo of Jimin behind the glitter of the entertainment world and the tightness of military life. There is a rarely revealed human side of Jungkook, a quiet side, full of contemplation and filled with memories that he keeps close. However, recently a small information leak from one of Jungkook's military colleagues managed to stir up the fan community. Not because of his heroic actions during training, nor because of his achievements in the barracks, but it was because of one photograph, one portrait that he always looked at every night before going to bed in silence. And that photo is Jimin. However, it is not just an ordinary photo. The source said that the picture was taken candidly when Jimin laughed out loud, against the background of an empty stage and dim twilight lights, the moment after the concert, when the members were calming down, exhausted but happy. It's not a formal photograph, but Jungkook's look at the photo is like looking at a house, the source said. ARMY immediately thundered. Many were touched by how deeply the portrait meant to Jungkook. A photograph that may seem ordinary to others, but holds a million meanings for it. There is a story behind it which not everyone knows. That moment was one of the moments where Jimin accompanied Jungkook, who was experiencing severe anxiety after performing. Jimin sat quietly beside her, not saying much, only offering a warm presence. And that's where the photo came from. For Jungkook, the photo wasn't just about Jimin. It is a symbol of comfort, acceptance, and a sense of security. Amid the pressures of the world, people demanding perfection, and time running fast, Jimin is the only one who gives him room to breathe. Jungkook's habit of staring at the photo before bed is considered by many fans to be an emotional ritual. He didn't just look at his best friend. He relives memories, hears laughter again in the middle of silence, feels unconditional sincerity again. For a man who is known to be quiet, introverted, and often holds weight in silence, that one photo is an emotional harbor. This moment adds to a long line of Jimin and Jungkook interactions that have led many fans to continue to believe that their relationship is more than just friends or co-workers. They are souls that grow together, forming a personal space that no one, not even the camera, can enter. Many fans wrote down their emotional reactions on social media. Imagine someone staring at a picture of you with that feeling every night. Not because you are beautiful or perfect, but because you are her home. Jungkook is not about fan service. It's about love in its purest form, one that doesn't ask for recognition, it just needs presence. I want a relationship like that, one that makes you smile just by looking at one photo. Sometimes I sit quietly, staring at a small piece of paper that has begun to fade at the edges. That picture. No stage highlights. There was no audience roar. Just a loose smile from someone I trust, more than anyone in the world. A lot of people say I'm strong. I dare you. I'm resilient. But they don't know that the power comes from someone who always holds my shoulder from behind, without forcing, without saying much. And that's Jimin. This photo was taken that night, after the last concert of the world tour. We're all exhausted. I was alone on the side of the stage, trying to catch my breath. My mind was messed up. And he came. Sit next to me, handing me water without asking. Just smile. Just a calm look. And I know that's enough to keep me going. There are things that can't be told on camera. It cannot be translated by the media. Because real relationships don't need a narrative. It's just there. Like the twilight that appears every day, even though no one applauds. Jimin, if you've ever read this or heard, I just want you to know, you are home. And thank you for being present when I didn't even know how to save myself. Monologues like this, although fictional, are so representative of Jungkook's seemingly real feelings for Jimin. Because even in minimal interactions, the look in their eyes and their treatment of each other reflect a depth of relationship that is difficult to explain. From concerts, rehearsals, to conscription, closeness is consistent. Little moments like Jungkook saving Jimin's photo aren't just a symbol of friendship. It's a reminder that while the world is changing fast, there are still things that remain. People who make you feel worthy to stand up. And for Jungkook, Jimin is that guy. To Jungkook, I know you have something. You've always been so keep a lot of things alone. Silent, restrained, never wanted to trouble anyone. But you forgot one important thing. You are not alone. I heard from someone that you still have that photo. A picture I almost forgot about myself. But you didn't. You keep it like you keep a part of your heart. I don't know what to say, other than, thank you. I remember that night. I know you're exhausted. I know you almost fell. But I also know you need someone who doesn't demand you to be BTS's Jungkook, who only comes as a friend. And I'm happy to be that person, if I'm being honest. I saved something, too. Not your picture. But the little letter you gave me on my birthday in Japan was secretly tucked away in a gift box. A letter you thought I might never read. But I read many times. Until now, we may never talk about these things in front of others. But I know you know, and I know you feel it too. That taste doesn't need a name. No explanation needed. Because you are my home too, Jungkook. I'm proud of you. Not because you are strong, but because you dared to show me your weak side. If one day the world is too heavy, remember, I'm still here. Like that night. Sit next to you. No sound, but completely for you, Jimin. This imaginative letter instantly made many soldiers speechless. Because even though it is fiction, it reflects the expectations and emotions that many people have felt towards the closeness of Jimin and Jungkook. A relationship that grows not from luxury or stage, but from loyalty, understanding, and presence. They may never state it explicitly, but the world has seen through eye views, small gestures, and scattered behind-the-scenes moments. That there is something greater than just an ordinary friendship when we talk about the closeness of Jimin and Jungkook, or what the army often calls Jungkook. We not only see the warm interactions on stage, but also how they present to each other in real life. And here are some of the most moving moments captured from debut to enlistment. In the midst of BTS's passionate victory speech, the camera captured a brief moment when Jungkook grasped Jimin's hand, which seemed to tremble with emotion. For many fans, it's not just a reflex. It was a signal that behind their strength, there was a real mutual backrest. In one scene of the documentary, Jungkook is seen turning his face and wiping away tears while talking about how the members are his only family and soul. Jimin, who was sitting next to him, patted Jungkook on the back without saying a word. That's it. But we all know that means, I'm here, you're not alone. Backstage after the concert, Jungkook looked tired and could barely stand up straight. Jimin came in with a bottle of water and said, "Are you okay?" with a slow tone. Jungkook nodded, then called softly Jimin Hyung, like a child who had just won in a tough test. The camera captured the moment, fleeting but imprinting. In one of the old training videos, when Jungkook suffered a muscle injury and had to stop training, another member continued the choreography. But Jimin? He sat on the floor next to Jungkook, waiting quietly, accompanying him. Not for attention. Just because he wanted to make sure Jungkook didn't feel left behind, although there is not much visual documentation of their enlistment. Some sources in the Korean online community say that Jungkook and Jimin were in the same barracks during basic training. One of the anonymous posts even said, "I saw them walking together after the evening apple time." Doesn't say much, but her smile was as relieved as they were together. This reinforces the impression that even in such a harsh and formal environment as the military, they still become each other. In one of BTS's last live performances before all members officially enlist, Jimin and Jungkook sat side by side. When Jimin told him something about the future of the group, Jungkook didn't interrupt. He just stared, long, as if absorbing every word. Many fans believed it was the gaze of someone who would greatly miss the presence of the person beside him. In the end, Jungkook and Jimin's story is not about loud romance or flashy declarations. It's about two souls finding each other in silence. About one photo that soothes lonely nights. About one letter that was never opened in front of the camera. And for ARMY, this story is more than enough to perpetuate not as a fan service, but as a lesson. That in a world full of noise, the most sincere love sometimes comes from silence.